And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Virginia Rush.
Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks for He has given Jesus Christ, His Son. Oh, give thanks with a grateful heart. Oh, give thanks to the Holy One. Oh, give thanks, for He has given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. Anybody out there want to give thanks today for anything He's done for you? Oh, give thanks. Oh, give thanks with a grateful heart. Oh, give thanks to the Holy One. Oh, give thanks, for He has given Jesus Christ, His Son. Oh, give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Oh, give thanks, for He has given Jesus Christ. because he woke you up this morning, you should say, thank you, Jesus. Oh, 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 give thanks. Thank you.
You're hot. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Howard University student and J&J alumni South Central Region, Daniel Davalier.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Daniel Davalier Jr. I'm a freshman communications major at Howard University, and I was a member of the Jack and Jill New Orleans chapter for 15 years. And the piece that I have prepared for you today is called Letter to Parents of Black Sons. Okay. When I was 13 years old, I first heard a renowned black author named Clint Smith recall in one of his speeches of a time when he and his white friends were playing with toy guns in a parking lot late at night. Now, his father, having seen this seemingly harmless interaction take place, was livid and proceeded to scream at his son. For hours, he struggled to get his young mind to understand that he was not like his white friends, using that lengthy and uncomfortable conversation that I'm sure all black parents have with their children about exactly what it means to be black in America. Now, when I first saw this video, I thought Mr. Smith was exaggerating. I thought to myself, what could the harm possibly be in playing with a toy gun? I continued to have the same opinion on the subject until I saw a video showing 12-year-old Tamir Rice being shot and killed by a white police officer for the exact same thing, playing with a toy gun. And as I sat there, appalled, wondering why two fully grown men with guns of their own would ever feel threatened by a 12-year-old boy, wondering why those same two fully grown men were allowed to walk free after video evidence clearly showed them murdering a 12-year-old child. I realized Mr. Smith was not exaggerating. I realized he was trying to prepare his son for the ugly truth that a black boy in America has a target on his back, and that things that seem okay to his Caucasian friends can end up with him in a body bag. So this raises the question, if black parents have to take such time and effort in order to prepare their child for one out of the thousands of possible ways that they can end up dead, how can they possibly teach them to face the world every day? These answers lie in a staggered series of uncomfortable yet inspiring lessons that your child must learn at an early age. These lessons are deeply rooted into the hearts and souls of our ancestors, who suffered from segregation and oppression for centuries. Of those who finally decided enough was enough and stood up to fight for their civil rights. Those who break down barriers today as they excel in their professions and become symbols of hope and determination for the younger generation. Those who are proud of their brown skin, who feel empowered by it instead of inferior. Those who know they can change the world and inspire others to follow in their footsteps along the way. Those who know they are capable of great things. And are determined to prove everyone who doubts their capability wrong. You must teach him about the royalty in his DNA and the magic in his melanin. Show him how Martin Luther King Jr., along with many others, used that magical melanin to truly unify a nation under a cause and create freedoms as your son takes for granted now. Your boy must believe in his abilities. He must believe he can succeed in a society that wants him to fail. You must teach him early on that the brown on his skin is the mark of a king. He's a part of something much greater than himself. Teach him about the kings and queens who came before him, who scratched and clawed to build this rich kingdom of culture into what it is now. Teach him about the Tuskegee Airmen, who worked to be better than the white pilots, not just as good, who put their lives on the line for a country that still treated them as lower-tier human beings. But with the hope that they were making a change by showing the world just how much black men can accomplish, teach him about Harriet Tubman, who spent years rescuing slaves from bondage, even when the punishment for aiding and abetting an escaped slave was brutal. All because of one firm belief, that African Americans were entitled to a better life than the one of slavery and oppression that they were forced to undergo. Your son must be taught that he's his ancestors' wildest dream. He must be brave enough to carry that torch. He must be brave enough to let that rich culture that is ingrained in his DNA thrive through his success. But sadly, that's not all he has to do. You must stress from an early age to your son the importance of respecting his life. Your son must respect his life enough to calmly handle a situation involving a police officer, so that it doesn't end up like Stephon Clark, an innocent man taken from his family because the officers made an all too common mistake. Your son must respect his life enough to be able to handle racism, discrimination, injustice that he does not deserve. Your son must respect his right to live. Your son must respect his right to live, because other people won't. Now, yes, I know these lessons are hard to instill in a kid who is yet to experience the real world. But if you wait until he's out there, it'll be too late. You must groom him from a young age to be a leader and a role model to other young black men who live in a world that will not treat them the same as a white boy. This is the same world that refuses to recognize and appreciate the power of melanin magic. This is the same world that makes us work twice as hard to be seen as half as good. But show him that this makes no difference to us. Show him the kings and queens that were taught these lessons, that were prepared to face this world and set it on fire in a blaze of black excellence. Show him the influence that these kings have now on the younger generation, like Robert Smith, who used his black excellence to not only further his own empire, but to ensure that other young black kings, Morehouse men, had a head start on theirs as well. Like LeBron James, who has consistently used the riches from his success to generate pathways for kids to create their own. Teach your son that he can do whatever he puts his mind to, that he can accomplish anything in this world as long as he goes about it in the right way. Teach him that he can change the world in ways that only a black man can. Teach him that his life matters, and he can do a great deal with it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Regional Legislative Chair, Kendall Sims.
Good morning. Today we remember Carol Roseman Robertson, Denise McNair, Addie Mae Collins, Cynthia Wesley, and all the victims of the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing on September 15th of 1963 in Birmingham, Alabama. We pay tribute to the many leaders who fought and died for civil rights we have today. We honor our very own Jack and Jill teen, Carol Robertson. She was a good student who loved reading and dancing. The tragic deaths of the 4 girls led to more support for the civil rights movement. Carol Robertson grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, where her and her family had deep roots, with her father, Alvin, her mother, Alpha, and her sister, Diane, and an older brother, Alvin Jr. Carol lived in Birmingham's Smithfield neighborhood, an African-American section of the city. We will now watch a video about Carol Robertson. Thank you.
As the president looked for words to comfort the nation today, he found them in a eulogy delivered by a preacher. Dr. Martin Luther King spoke after 4 young black girls were killed in the 1963 bombing of a Birmingham church.
And so, my friends, they did not die in vain. God still has a way of wringing good out of evil. And history has proven over and over again that unmerited suffering is redemptive. That in spite of the darkness of this hour, we must not despair. We must not become bitter. Nor must we harbor the desire to retaliate with violence. Life is hard. At times as hard as crucible steel. It has its bleak and difficult moments.
But the question is, God,
Why?
why?
It was the oldest black church in Birmingham, and it was fairly large. And so it made sense that meetings would happen there, which would also make it a target. On Sunday morning, September 15th, it was Youth Day, right after Sunday school. Addie Mae Collins, Carol Robinson, Denise McNair, and Cynthia Wesley are getting ready to go into the choir.
I remember Carol Robinson being quiet. She played in the orchestra at her school.
Addie Mae's sister Sarah is also in that ladies' lounge. Sarah said the last thing that she remembers is seeing them helping each other tie on sashes, and then it went dark. We're talking about an explosion that reverberates through the entire city of Birmingham. Everybody heard it.
I was at South Illerton Baptist Church, and our pastor was shifting kind of nervously across the room and said he had received word that 16th Street Baptist Church had been bombed.
I was in Sunday school class. The building seemed like it was shaking off its foundation.
That was enough to pull people off the fence. Kids are supposed to be safe at church. This is not supposed to happen in America. We're above this kind of thing. And so this was the catalyst to get some things moving.
Children have been our cutting edge changes. And I love that Black Jack and Jill is bringing these children to know about their heritage and to know about their responsibilities from very young ages.
My grandfather, Martin Luther King, said that anyone can be great because anybody can serve. We can change the world, and we can be a great generation.
Because of the injustices, the inequity, and the inopportunity that was going on in Birmingham, the Children's March emanated. The whole purpose was to be arrested and to fill up the jails in Birmingham. And the other purpose was to get it on this new advent called television, because America could see the divide, that there were actually two Americas, because a lot of people in the North did not realize the injustice that was going on in the South.
In 1963, some of the issues that the children were dealing with, voting rights, civil rights, education and jobs, and violence.
During the Children's March, young people, just like us, marched the streets of Birmingham to end segregation. We are grateful for the bravery of the children foot soldiers and the ordinary citizens that led grassroots movements to end racial injustice and inequality.
Birmingham's children did what the adults couldn't do, and I remember how frustrated Dr. King was because the needle was not moving, and it was the children who went out to jail, went to the stockyards, challenged the police dogs, got on television, made this a national issue, and we owe our children a great debt of gratitude for what you did here.
We are proud members of Jack and Jill of America. We stand on the shoulders of giants. We stand on the shoulders of ordinary people who went out and did extraordinary things. They fought for civil rights. and human rights, not just for the South, but the world. As the descendants of great people, we stand ready to make a difference in our community, our nation, and in the world.
The black children of Birmingham felt oppressed at every turn. In the spring of 1963, they had the courage to make a difference. And the unforgettable violence on children raised a nationwide public outcry, hastening integration in America's most segregated city. And it was led by children.
To be young, gifted and black. Oh, what a lovely, precious dream.
Today, we honor the foot soldiers of the Children's Crusade of 1963.
Young people are leading the nation. Whatever you do, you must be the best of what you are. That's our calling, being our best. That's what Jack and Jill as an organization promotes, being our best.
As members of Jack and Jill of America Incorporated, we know that together, we have the power to make a difference. In fact, children and teens played a pivotal role and changed the course of the civil rights movement.
Just like those that took a stand for voting rights and against racial inequality, we stand with purpose and passion. We stand confident in our power to make a difference. This is the power of children, then and now.
It is now marching time. You must take your rightful places and continue to lead us.
Just like those children in 63 changed the world, you too can change the world.
And no greater tribute can be paid to you as parents, and no greater epitaph can come to them as children, and where they died, and what they were doing when they died. They died between the sacred walls of the Church of God, and they were discussing the eternal meaning of love.
Dr. King had a favorite quote that he repeated often. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. We learned today that the arc is longer than we hoped. The end is not in sight, but the direction is clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome Virginia Rush.
Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn to pieces. Here's my offering. Take me to the King. Truth is I'm tired. Options are few. I'm trying to pray, but where are you? I'm all churched out, hurt and abused. I can't fake what's left to do. Truth is I'm no strength to fight, no tears to cry, even if I try, but still my soul refuses to die. One touch will change We need a word for the people's pain. So Lord, speak right now. Let it fall like rain. Oh yeah, we're desperate. We're chasing after you. No rules, no religion. I made my decision to run to you, the healer that I need. Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn to pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory and sing to you this song. Lord, we're in the way. Keep making mistakes. War is not for us, it's all for you. Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn to pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory. Sing to you this song. Take me to the King. Take me to the King. Take me to the King. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Legislative Chair, LaTanya Woodson Mayfield, and the National Corresponding Secretary, Consuela Guillory Adams.
Good morning. I'm here to announce the winners of the Social Activism Through Art Teen Rally Poster Contest and our Social Media Analytics Contest. So, I may have a few drum rolls. No. All right, our first award recipient for the Teen Rally Poster Contest, we had a category of Most Creative, and the winner is titled No More Silence, Stop Gun Violence. Our winners, Michelle Cartwright, Marley Frazier, Kaylee Odom, DeAndre Pierce, and Ariel Anderson. Awesome. Our next category for Best Message, it's entitled, One Child is More Than All the Guns in the World. This is Jada Easler and Kayla Ferris. And finally, for Best Prepared, Rest in Peace, Victoria Smiley, Naya Welter, Janelle Anthony, Kendall Montgomery, and Kendall Rains. I just want you to know how difficult it was to judge all of these posters. We had I believe it was over 50 or 60 entries. And we have some very talented Jack and Jill teens. Thank you so much for your participation in that. Let's give them all a round of applause. All right, so social media analytics. Over the past 3 days, we tracked the hashtags J&J on the Hill 2019, J&J goes orange, or JJ goes orange, JJ the time is now, and all the regional hashtags. The summaries on the attached slides look at the numbers of public posts on Twitter and Instagram. These are the two most popular ones that our teens use outside of Snapchat. The number of users posting, the engagement numbers, which means for those who may not be as savvy as some of our tech folks, how many likes or comments a post receives. The reach, how many people viewed the post, and then finally the impressions, how many times the context was displayed. So I want to reveal the top analytics. JJ goes orange. The number of posts for J&J goes orange, this was from Thursday through Saturday. And on Saturday alone, there were 157 posts on Instagram and Twitter, and almost 58,000 people viewed the hashtag JJ goes orange. First time. All right, the next slide was hashtag JJ on the Hill, and this was from Thursday to Saturday. There were 200 public posts on Instagram and Twitter, and over 76,000 people viewed the post with that hashtag JJ on the Hill 2019. That is amazing. Amazing. I don't have a slide for this, so don't advance just yet, but J&J, the time is now, from Thursday to Saturday, received 69 public posts, and over almost 21,000 people viewed that post. So again, totally amazing. This is a first time for us. This is awesome. All right, so our award, this is called the Social Media Influencer Award. And the hashtag, this is a region award, so a region will receive this award. And the top region that had the most number of posts on Saturday, that region is, drum roll, South Central. Awesome. South Central, you had, on Twitter and Instagram, you reached 2,417 users, 23 posts, and 98 likes and comments in total. Let's give South Central Region a round of applause for being so active. And coming to the stage to receive the award for South Central is Teen President Mr. Cotton Hearn. Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your participation.
Okay, I have a couple of awards that I also need to present. And this is going to be our legislative awards for the best of the best in the nation of the awards. So we're going to have, drum roll, I want to be like, third place, Mid-Hudson Valley, Eastern Region. Second place, Northeast Dallas, South Central. Anyone from Northeast? First place, are we ready? Wilmington Valley, Portland, is that right? Is it Portland, Willamette Valley? Is that it? Okay. Anyone here? Thank you. Okay, at this time, I'm going to ask our national president to please join me. Okay, this is our opportunity to say thank you. And I would just like all of you, each and every one of you, to stand and give yourselves an applaud for such a wonderful 2019 legislative conference. This conference was successful because of your participation and your enthusiasm and your willing to be open to grow and learn and serve. And for that, I cannot thank you enough. To love what you do and do what you love with extraordinary gifted people and feel that it's matter, that is no greater joy. And being here and seeing you in action, I cannot tell you how from my heart I am so proud to be a Jack and Jill member, but especially a Jack and Jill mom. You teens have performed beyond all of our expectations, all of those people on Capitol Hill's expectation. They didn't know what to expect when 1,000 people showed up for 250 meetings with our legislator, and we were brilliant. We understood what we were advocating for, and for that, I thank you for making this an outstanding legislative summit. I would be remiss because it was you, but it was also our phenomenal legislative chairs. Please stand. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your tireless efforts in all of our phone calls and conversations was obvious, and I thank you for the management of this conference. And then to my NEB sisters, your support, your counsel, your uncompromising truth, I so, so, so appreciate you. So thank you so much. Our headquarters staff, phenomenal. Phenomenal. They worked all night long. They responded when we called. The hotel staff, thank you. Thank you for everything, from the management to the breakfast being served to being flexible. My NEB teams, your flexibility, we so appreciate. We love you and thank you, thank you, thank you. Invincible. Outstanding. Oh my God. Michelle, nothing ever excited her. Nothing ever, everything we could accomplish with her. She was just cool, calm. I thought she was in the central region. She was so cool and classy. So gratitude is powerful. And I heard the presenter say on yesterday about the two words that we don't say enough of. And I just want to make sure that I say it again and again and again, because I am so grateful to have been on this journey with each and every one of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I think I've said thank you. I did. Did I say it again? Thank you. I can't stop. My region, my chapter, thank you. I appreciate you all. MP, I thank you.
I thank you too. Stay with me. So Frederick Douglass said it best: if there's no struggle, then there's no progress. And I think today, this entire weekend has shown that we are up for the challenge within the struggle, and that we can provide and move forward to progress. Nothing gets done by osmosis. Everything you have in your head has to come together with a vision and a plan. And as NCS said, she's thanked everybody. There are two people I would like to personally thank too, because it was their vision, along with their team, that made this happen. One of those is standing next to me, NCS Connie, who I just love. And I took all the calls, morning, noon, and night. I listened to it all. I said, yes, we can, we will. And when I got here, I was over the moon on what you all have done. But Erica Gibson, please come. There are enough words that I can say about Erica. She is a woman on a mission who's going to make sure that it gets done, and not get done, but get done right. She does not take no for an answer. There will be another answer. And I cannot thank the two of them for all of what has been done. And I cannot ask you all, but I'm going to ask you again to please stand, give them a round of applause, because I tell you. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's a gift for you. Thank you. You all can just stand here for a second. I know that you all thought the way I thought. This is revolutionary. This was something we had not done before, but I know that you liked it. I've heard from the teens. This was all for you. We wanted to make sure that your voice was heard. There was nothing more empowering to be on the Hill and not hear us talk. No mother spoke. And to have you all not only use your voice, but to have senators and congressmen say to you, in some cases, I want you to call me. You got a bill in you. I see the next senator. I see the next congressman. Quite frankly, I see the next president in this room. Everything that has been said. I think we've heard it all this week. So I want to leave you with a Bible verse because I believe that no matter what we do, if we do it with the Lord in mind and you move in his step, in his direction, there is nothing that we can't do together as a people. Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you and will with my righteous right hand." No matter what struggle we go through, no matter what it is, even now in these days, the Lord is still in charge. Can I get an amen on that? And while he's in charge and we're on our knees and we are moving forward to do what he wants us to do, change will come. So I hope that you take that home and say that to everyone around you. We are the change, and we can make it happen. Thank you all for coming. We look forward to seeing you all in Austin at National Convention. Thank you all so much.
And before we leave, we also want to thank the photographers. And I think there's a presentation that they have put together for us to view what we have experienced this weekend. So let's take some time and enjoy our good works.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. You, the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I will rise 1,000
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory, glory, glory. Oh, glory, glory.
Hands to the heavens, no man, no weapon formed against, yes, glory is destined. Everyday women and men become legends. Sins that go against our skin become blessings. The movement is a rhythm to us. Freedom is like religion to us. Justice is juxtaposition in us. Justice for all just ain't specific enough. One son died, his spirit is revisiting us. True and living in us. Resistance is us. That's why Rosa sat on the bus. That's why we walk through Ferguson with our hands up. When it go down, we woman and man up. They say stay down, and we stand up. Shots be on the ground, the camera panned up. King pointed to the mountaintop, and we ran up.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory, glory, glory. Oh. Now the war is not over, victory isn't won, but we'll fight on to the finish, and then when it's all done, we'll cry glory, oh glory, oh, we'll cry glory, oh glory, oh.
Is now for every man, woman, and child. Even Jesus got his crown in front of a crowd. They march with the torch, we gon' run with it now. Never look back, we done gone hundreds of miles. From dark roads, heroes, to become a hero. Facing the League of Justice, his power was the people. Enemy is lethal, a king became regal. Saw the face of Jim Crow under a bald ego. The biggest weapon is to stay peaceful. We sing, our music is the cuts that we bleed through. Somewhere in the dream we had an epiphany. Now we right the wrongs in history. No one can win a war individually. It take the wisdom of the elders and young people's energy. Welcome to the story we call victory. The coming of the Lord, my eyes have seen the glory.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen and team members, thank you for attending Jack and Jill OTH 2019. See you in 2021.